Hello, everyone. For those who've been listening us intently, you might remember me from the pilot episode. I'm Prachi Pandotya, and I do content writing at Eufysio. And as promised, I'm back again with our first episode of the podcast series. And today, I'm talking to someone who works extremely closely with all our customers and clients. Please welcome Mr. Kiran Nair.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. Mr. Kiran Nair works closely with our customer service team,
Yes.
and like for all our application users, you probably have heard from him at some point.
Yes. Yeah.
So, welcome, sir, and thank you for being such a sport.
Thank you.
So, sir, during our pilot episode, I was talking with Mr. Tushar, and we talked a lot about how our solutions have found their way in all sectors.
Right.
Like, we have solutions and we've optimized every vertical you can think of.
Correct.
But like we didn't quite get into the functionalities of our application, and like today I want to do that. So say I was a user of our application and I log in. So what's the first thing that ideally I would see?
The very first screen that anybody sees is the dashboard,
Okay.
and I would say, ironically, dashboard is the most underrated screen of a platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just let me stop you right there. So for users who may not know, or like for our listeners who may not know what a dashboard is, can you like define it for us?
A dashboard, I would say, is a screen which shows the 360-degree view of your account,
Okay.
be it in regards to your users, be it in regards to your application engagement, or be it in regards to your fleet management.
Okay.
So that's the screen that will show you the bird's eye view of your platform.
Okay. And what did you mean when you said it's the most underrated screen? Like
Yeah.
it sounds it's so obvious, like it's the first screen, but yet it's underrated. Like,
Right. So what we've seen is that when people tend to log in, they see the dashboard, they like spend a couple of seconds over there, and then they move to the live tracking or maybe the reports section.
wait.
So the dashboard is the screen which has a lot of analytics, which has a lot of data over there for the users,
Wait.
but they seem to miss that.
Right.
So that is why I said it's the most important screen, but also the most underrated screen. Yeah.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. I've often heard, and like even we as a company, we often stress on the idea of like how data interpretation can
Right.
save so much money for businesses. Like you can identify overheads, you can find out ways to cut down operational costs,
Correct.
and like I believe dashboard plays an important role in that. Can you
Yes.
speak more to that?
Yeah, absolutely. See, the dashboard we have two different kind of dashboards.
Okay.
One is for our channel partners, so wherein they can monitor the application engagement with their users.
Right.
So what they can see is that how many of their users are logging in on a daily basis, how many are not, so they can focus on that.
Right.
How many of the users are web application users, how many are the mobile application users. So they know where the priorities are, then they can focus on that.
Right.
And then we have a different dashboard for the fleet owners, which I believe is the most important part of the dashboard,
Right.
wherein the fleet owners can know the different parts of their fleet. They can know where the overhead costs are. They
Right.
can know what kind of reminders are to be generated.
Mm-hmm.
They can know the performance of their fleet in general.
Like with fleet owners, right? I think the major issue is like the fuel expense, right? So like how does our dashboard help us, figure out ways to cut down fuel expense, for example?
Fuel expense, I would say, is one of the important aspects that the fleet owners tend to miss.
Okay.
Even though it's the most important part,
Yes,
they tend to
they
miss
tend to
that. They
miss
tend
it.
to get the bigger picture
Right.
regarding the fuel wastage.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens is that if, let's say for example, I am a fleet owner with
Right.
maybe 50 odd vehicles,
Mm-hmm.
and each of my vehicle does maybe 15 minutes of idling per day.
Yeah, I mean drivers tend to do that.
They tend to do that,
Like
yeah.
if they're not under supervision, they tend to misuse the vehicle.
Right.
Absolutely.
So as per our research, what we have found is that approximately 2 liters of fuel would be wasted
Per day.
per day on 1 hour of idling.
Okay.
Yeah, so for 50 odd vehicles, that would be, with the current fuel prices in mind, that would be approximately 1,000 rupees worth of fuel wasted per day.
Wow.
Now consider that for a month, that would be 30,000 odd rupees,
Right.
and that is just for 50
50
odd
vehicles,
vehicles.
yeah.
Now you can count that for 100, count that for 500 vehicles,
Right.
or maybe 1,000 vehicles.
I mean, it adds up really quickly,
Right,
the
yeah.
cost, and like I know this was a lot of quick math, but like I totally trust you with the numbers. You're a numbers guy,
Yeah.
so but it's just amazing how a little information can actually streamline your business
Right.
and like save you cost. Like you find savings in unexpected places. I
Correct.
always like to say that.
And upon that, I would like to add that savings is one of the things that in India we would generally like to focus on.
Right. Yeah.
Right? And speaking of which, our dashboard is very much acclaimed in the foreign markets.
Okay.
But with the Indian users, what we have found that it's a little less used.
Right.
We have 60% of users who still use our dashboard, which is great. But we would like to focus on those 40% users as well. They might not know what the dashboard stands for, or they might not know what kind of analytics they can expect from the dashboard.
Or maybe how to fully
Right.
use it. Right?
Yes, exactly.
So like I'm glad we're doing this then. Like
Yeah.
for our listeners who are listening.
Thank
to
you
our-
for that.
for all our listeners, I mean I hope they take some information out of here today and they kind of use it, or
Yeah.
like we're always happy to talk.
Yes.
So I think I should have asked this question earlier, but how did our dashboard come into existence? Like, is there something that inspired it, or
So I would say that our dashboard is inspired by our users.
really?
Yeah. So during the lockdown period, we actually worked extra hard.
Okay.
We spoke to our customers very closely, listened
Right.
to their inputs, and found out what kind of data or what are they expecting from the platform.
Right.
Now we already had a couple of iterations of our dashboard earlier,
Right.
and they serve the purpose very well.
Right.
But still, there were a lot of data that our clients would want to see.
Right.
So we spoke to a lot of different clients from a lot of different verticals, a lot of different industries.
Right.
Some worked in the logistics and transport, some were from the agriculture, some were from the waste management, or even the last mile delivery part of things.
Right.
Right. So we got a lot of inputs from all of them. We clubbed it into one, and we created such a screen which would be handy for all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, every business, like we've talked about this again and again, every business has a unique set of needs.
Right.
Like someone who's interested in like agriculture isn't worried about fuel or isn't worried about the distance.
Right.
As opposed to someone who is in last mile delivery business, where fuel matters, timing matters, driver efficiency matters.
Exactly.
So like the metrics that they view on our dashboards, it'll be different depending upon
Yes.
what business you're into. So when people use the word customization really freely,
Yeah.
because when I say customization, for most people that's just like change in the color or
Right.
like change in the size of the widget.
Yes.
But like we do more than that, right?
Yes, absolutely. So when I say it's a customizable dashboard, which means it's the data that you can customize,
Right.
not how the things look and feel like.
Yeah.
Customizing the colors, I don't think so that makes a difference.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's the point of
So yeah, so for different industry there would be different needs and different viewpoint of the users.
right.
Right? If I'm from an agriculture industry, I would want my dashboard to look in a certain way. I want the data to be presented in a certain way.
Right.
And if I'm from a different industry, that will again be the case.
Right.
So by customizable, what we mean is that you can arrange the widgets, you can enable or disable the widget, and you can basically see the data that you actually want to see.
Right.
And you can hide the information that you do not.
Absolutely, and like that's why we have a customer success team,
Right.
because we work closely with the
Yes.
clients and we understand their needs, and that's how we design an application
Right,
for them. Well, I don't want this podcast to just be about how great our dashboard is. I think it's a little bit on the nose, but like I do want to look at our dashboard objectively. I want you to tell us what are some drawbacks, or like have we gotten any atypical feedback? Are we being transparent with our users? And I know we have a high volume of users, like there are about
Yeah.
5 lakh assets, and like
Yes.
there are 60,000 users. So like how do we handle glitches or anything of that sort?
So as I said, the dashboard is inspired by our clients.
Right.
So we value the input a lot, and we would also want their feedback to be generated for this.
Right.
Right. So in on the dashboard, we have kept a feedback option wherein our users can provide their valuable inputs,
Right.
and we note them and we work on that.
Right.
And not to brag, but we have more than 1500 different inputs, 1500 different feedbacks
Wow.
with 4 to 5 star ratings. So I think our dashboard is quite good.
Yeah, I mean, like getting that amount of rating for an application is not that
Right,
easy,
yeah.
because like not everyone is up for that. And,
Exactly.
like, I think if you've got 4 and 5 stars, it's because people have really liked.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
When we say that we have all information on one screen, like just thinking from a user point of view, don't you feel that it might get overwhelming? Like if we have too many widgets on one screen, like I might get confused. Just a point of view.
Right. Yeah. So, but the thing is, you can disable all those widgets which actually you do not want to see.
So you
If
can
it's
like
not
remove the
relevant
clutter.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm from a particular industry, I have a set of data that I would want to see on the screen.
Right.
And if you might have noticed, we do not have a scroll bar over there.
Yeah.
I, for one, am not a big fan of the scroll bar. Right? I don't want to see scroll down and want to see what's under there.
Right.
I want my data to be on the screen right now.
Right. I mean, you might miss something, just
Yes,
scrolling down.
exactly.
And like, for business owners, we understand that, work days are hectic and like
Right.
you don't want to waste time looking for things.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it, that, you don't waste a single second, even switching to the screen, right? Because you have everything in front of you.
Right.
Well, I think I'm out of questions, but like we can wrap this up with one generic question which I have to ask you. What's next for our dashboard and what should our users be expecting?
Okay. So our dashboard, the way it is right now, I think it's pretty great.
I thought we were not gonna brag.
Yeah, but I have to. So yeah, but still we frequently get various different inputs from our users, and we would definitely want to work on that.
Absolutely.
So what we are working on right now is creating a couple of different views for our dashboard. So if a person who works in different industries, he would want different dashboard for each of them.
Right.
Right. So what we're going to do is we'll be creating multiple views. So you can call them as multiple templates of of a single dashboard, right? And based on the requirement, he can switch between that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds great, and I think we
Yes.
can do another podcast
Sure thing,
discussing
definitely.
the update. But thank you so much for talking. I
Thank you,
think this
thank
was a really informative session, and I hope our users think the same. And to our listeners out there, thank you so much for being patient. And I'll be back again next month with something funny, something informative, and something fun. So please stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you.